Good evening, I'm Brett Baer. This was not the kind of holiday greeting President Trump was expecting from the highest-ranking judge in the country. Supreme Court Chief Justice John Roberts is directly contradicting the president tonight on the subject of judicial bias. It did not take long for the president to return fire. Correspondent Kevin Corke is outside the Mar-a-Lago compound in West Palm Beach tonight, where reporters spent the day watching the president's Twitter feed, a feed active again just minutes ago. Good evening, Kevin.
You're right on the money there, Brett, and good evening to you. And frankly, this was a rare rebuke from the Chief Justice, but I think it underscores a fairly common frustration among jurists that politics have absolutely no place in the court of law.
The Ninth Circuit is really something we have to take a look at because it's not fair.
What began as a president's sharp critique of the Ninth Circuit late yesterday, today caromed off the pillars of the U.S. Supreme Court, with Chief Justice John Roberts chiding the president for injecting politics into the courts. We do not have Obama judges or Trump judges, he wrote, Bush judges or Clinton judges. What we have is an extraordinary group of dedicated judges doing their level best to do equal right to those appearing before them. That independent judiciary is something we should all be thankful for. The president responded on Twitter, "Sorry, Chief Justice John Roberts, but you do indeed have Obama judges, and they have a much different point of view than the people who are charged with the safety of our country." Roberts' rebuke comes after Judge John Tiger, an Obama appointee, ruled against the administration's plans to impose new restrictions on asylum cases, a move the president seemed to think was politically motivated, perhaps because, like rulings from Obama-appointed judges in Hawaii and Michigan, the president's latest policy plans were again halted, at least temporarily.
I don't know that the frustration is anything new, but I do think it's kind of heightened. It seems like almost every policy, rule, regulation, or law that comes out right now gets immediately challenged.
Mr. Trump has been critical of Mr. Roberts before, but it is rare that the Chief Justice on the highest court in the land would return volley, albeit subtly.
Justice Roberts really let us down. What he did with Obamacare was disgraceful.
There was nothing subtle about the president's support for Saudi Arabia today, calling the kingdom's low oil prices a big tax cut for America and the world. No mention of Riyadh's possible role in the murder of journalist Jamal Khashoggi or the building pressure to increase sanctions on the Saudi monarchy, a decision that's drawn widespread condemnation, with Republican Senator Lindsey Graham writing, "One thing I learned during the Obama years is that when you look the other way regarding problems in the Middle East, it seldom works out." While the questions continue to swirl about exactly what happened to the Saudi journalist, the White House dealt with an entirely different set of questions of its own yesterday, delivering responses to a series of queries from the Mueller team, including, according to Axios, whether the president knew about Don Jr.'s Trump Tower meeting with Russians. No confirmation yet from the White House on that report, which also suggested that the Mueller team, Brett, asked the president, who was then candidate Trump, about comments he made on the campaign trail about the Russians looking into Secretary Clinton's missing 33,000 emails. Brett, back to you.
Kevin Corke outside the Winter White House. Kevin, thanks.